Hi, this is Dave with Dave's TR4A. This will be part 3 of my top frame repair. I just got the top back from the welder and it turned out really nice. I'm pretty happy with it. And so I'm going to go ahead and start putting that back together now, and I'll show you a couple of pictures of the weld. Well, actually, I don't know if I can. I'm going to try and turn this around and see if this will do a decent job. Okay, here's the side that was broken. Now that's a little better. I can see a little contrast there. But this has all been welded across here now. The rivet is welded too, and it's also welded on the back side. So I think that's going to be okay. I don't know that it's accurate. I think there's no real reason to have this be a hinge point, since there's that big thick gasket that seals against the windshield anyway. So I think this will be fine. So anyway, let's get the spec on the car. One other thing I did too is these are the standard screws to hold the top frame on. It's a 1/4 28 thread, and it's a slotted head, and there's the pain in the butt. So I went to the hardware store and I found these. These are a socket-headed flathead screw, 1/4 28 thread, 1 inch long, and just use an Allen wrench then to put them in. So that's a lot nicer. Not that I ever want to keep taking this hood or the frame back off again, but just in case, this is a lot easier to get in there without risking screwing up the interior with a screwdriver sliding off or something. So just another little tidbit. And here's a quick shot of the fastener installed in the top frame. I think it just looks a lot cleaner. The next step is to reattach the webbing to the top frame, and I'm just going to use obviously the same holes. So here's the little piece here. I just use a pop rivets to reattach it. So I'm going to go ahead and reattach both straps to the frame, and that should finish this part of the top repair. In case you're wondering, here's the aluminum rivets I use. It's a 1/8 diameter with a 1/4 inch grip range, and that worked just perfect. Okay, so the driver's side webbing is installed already, and I'm just going to go through installing the webbing on the passenger side. So the first thing is to get the webbing, through to get the plate mounted to the webbing, and then you can see this works great. So install the pop rivets. And basically rinse and repeat all the way up. Grab another bracket, grab a couple more pop rivets, install them in the little aluminum plate, find the right holes in the webbing. Put the pop rivets in the holes in the frame. Just put the pop rivet gun on. Don't want those hitting the floor. Okay. Well, I have to show you me doing each one, but you get the idea that goes on. And again, I'm just using the original holes. So if I just pan over here, so these are the holes here. You can see the 2 holes, I hope, and then you're just popping them in there. Here I'm going to do the the very last rivet that connects the frame to the, or the web to the front frame on this thing. Be nice to have an assistant. So I just have to hold the bracket against the frame. Okay, and that's that. So now I have both webs reattached, and I still have to attach the two clamps, and then I can start gluing the top back on here. But I think I might wait till I get some help. Maybe want to get one of my neighbors to come over and help me pull this thing tight. I did it before. But I had the car out in the driveway, and it was a sunny day, and the top was nice and soft, so it's still not quite 60 degrees in here in the garage anyway, and I think that's a little bit too cold to go any farther. So I think I'm just going to wait until I can get reinforcements here. So that's it for now. Well, it's Sunday morning, still cold, so I went ahead and installed the two brackets just temporarily. I have to adjust them once I get the seal on the bottom side. And I think that's what I'm going to do this morning next is install that seal. And I can get this all set up and, you know, aligned and everything, so I know how far I have to stretch because I already have the top cut to where, and there's a fold in the top, so I know roughly where this has to go, and I think it'd just be easier if I put that. It'll be easier to adjust these with the top knot on it, so that way I'll have the whole frame pretty much ready to go. All I have to do is just back the car out, let the top warm up some. I'll just lay it over the top here and just let it get warm, and then put a couple more coats of contact cement on here, and should be ready to pull it on and be done. Here's something I wanted to show that I know I've always struggled with, and that is trying to get those rubber seals down into the C channel. You can see, well, this is the edge of it here, and this is what I use. It's a pick. I think I got them at Harbor Freight. There's like a pack of 6 different ones, and this just has like a right angle with a point on it. So what I do is when I'm going in there, I'll just push this in all the way down, and then you want to rock it to where you have the fine point on the seal, and just push in, just kind of swerve it out, and you're going to work this way. Just keep doing it. What you want to do is get the other side of the foot. I'll call the foot the part that actually goes in the channel. Start it in the channel, and then you just push this down. It's thin enough to where you can actually compress the seal enough to get it in the channel, and it seems to work pretty well. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I have the channel in now. So for some reason I got about a ½ inch here on this end. I'm not sure why. I don't know. I don't think I stretched it, but so I'm gonna have to cut this off, I guess. And but anyway, that's that part of it. So now I'm really down to just having to put the top back on it. I couldn't remember how this channel went in, because it, you know, it was sort of curved this way, so I figured I was on the right track, but then I remembered I had a still of the original fracture, and I could see the channel there, and you know, this is it here. So, and then this is, of course, is the repaired end with the rivet welded on. So yeah, I'm getting pretty close now. Well, I just kind of loosely lifted the top and laid it over the frame, and here's my crease here where it's supposed to be down to there, so it's got a bit to stretch. Yeah, it's really stiff. I'm gonna have to wait for, I think it's supposed to be 71 tomorrow, so once it gets up to over 60 or so, I'll back it out and see what I can do. I think if I can just use this crease as a guide, and then this part just folds up underneath here. So, but I have the seal in, as you saw, and this is like the final step. So, slow but sure. Well, wouldn't you know it, it's almost 60 degrees. So I backed the car out, and we're going to see if we can get this thing wrapped up today. Okay, at this point I've cleaned the old glue off the frame, and I'm starting to put the first of 2 coats of adhesive. It's just basically weldwood rubber or contact cement that I'm using, and so I'm going to put 2 coats on the top frame, on the leading edge of the top frame, and then 2 coats on the top itself, right up to that crease. And I have to let it get. I think you got to wait like 15 or 20 minutes for it to dry to the touch, and then you're ready to go. So that's what I'm doing right now. So here I have 2 coats of contact cement on the frame here, and also on the top. This crease is where that's my guideline to attach the top back to the, I'll get out of the light here. That's my guideline to attach, so it should be pretty easy. I did some test fits. It's getting pretty supple, and that top's getting pretty supple, so I think I'll be in good shape. I'm going to give it another, it's still a little tacky. I want to get that to where it's dry to the touch. So we have like a 1.5 hour working time on this glue, so it should be about ready in a few minutes. Okay, well, it's go time to put the top, or glue the top down. I've done this before by myself, so I think I'll be okay. I'm just going to wing it by myself. So the car had been sitting out in the sun for about, I don't know, hour and a half or something like that. About as long as it took me to paint the adhesive on the top. And so now I'm just starting to stretch it, and you can see it's very elastic at this point. It's amazing how it can be so stiff when it's cold, and yet so supple and stretchy when it's warm. So yeah, I'm just kind of working my way across and trying to get all the wrinkles out of it as I pull it tight. And the adhesive is kind of forgiving. You can it's aggressive, but you can, if you have to change or redo it, you can just pull it up and start it again. So you can see I'm just kind of going across the top of the frame there, just making sure that it's nice and smooth and I don't have any problems with wrinkles or anything. Well, I pulled the car in the garage just to kind of get a better look at the top, and it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. This wrinkle was always in it, so I'm just doomed to have that, I guess. But yeah, the top turned out real nice, and I have to fold this edge over here, but I think I'm just going to call this repair done at this point. There's no need to have you guys follow along on that, I don't think. I would eventually like to get, I found one place that has a top for a TR4A that has a zip out rear window, which would be real nice because I'm going on some long trips this summer, and actually one of them is going to be to the Cass Kastner race in Pennsylvania. I think that's mid-June, the 12th or 15th or something like that. I'll have to look. So me and a friend in my club here are gonna go to that, unless we can drag somebody else along. Yeah, I'm going on some longer trips, and I'd really like to have that better ventilation. The guys in TR6s that have them love it, because you get that ventilation through the back of the car. So, but I'll just wait and see. This top's served me well for, since I've gotten the car going. So anyway, thanks for following along, and I'll hopefully be posting something a little less tragic to fix next time. So, okay, well, thanks a lot, and thanks for watching my videos.
Please like and subscribe.